I only trust these bitches about as far as I could throw them. Tryna pay my mama rent, figure that's just what I owe her. I've been troubled since I tumbled out that stroller strolling East Millis.
2016 was an interesting year to say the least. This video right here is a review of the year 2016. Now I personally admit I could have put more in this video and made it a little bit bigger, but I am happy with what I did put, so there's that. And for 2017, I'm gonna make a way bigger, more comprehensive list. Don't worry about that. No need for a long video introduction. It's really that simple. And here is 2016 reviewed. You might as well call this section the American election 2016, but I'd rather call it Donald Trump, because he's the real star of this election.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
The God Emperor Donald Jesus Trump won one of the most brutal elections in American history and brought so many fucking memes with him. There's so much to be said about this election, I don't even know where to fucking start. So many memes, so many controversies, and a good sign that America needs to fucking change. The fact that this election even happened just cements my confused feelings concerning my country. But you know what? Hell if I care. This is my country and I'm gonna love it and make the fucking best of it. Whether it's building walls, grabbing pussy, it doesn't even matter.
But it's such a bold idea. I mean, you guys are literally building your own, like, massively multiplayer world that's procedurally generated. And is there anything that this game doesn't have?
Do we ever get to see ourselves?
No, you don't see yourself, so the only way for you to know what you look like is for somebody else to, to see you.
Can you run into other people, other players on the game?
Yes, but the chances of that are incredibly rare, just because of the size of what we're building.
Wow.
How much interaction is there with other people playing No Man's Sky?
Those were AI,
Yeah.
those wingmen, but you could encounter other players. The reality is, the likelihood of that is tiny, basically.
Will you be able to play with your friends?
Yeah.
Can you grief other players?
A little bit.
You know, hype culture is a serious fucking problem in modern day society. No Man's Sky is a great example of this. Gamers really look at this game as the second coming of Christ. Well, they looked at it as that until the game actually got released, and then reality dawned upon them. This game promised so much it just couldn't deliver on. No Man's Sky is the biggest fucking gaming disappointment of 2016. Maybe not for me personally, because I don't hype myself up like a moron, but it is for the general gaming community a disappointment, and the biggest disappointment of the year. Once the game was released, the game itself and Sean Murray, the essential figurehead of it, became a punching bag for the gaming community. And you know what? It's well deserved. Fuck One Man's Lie, and I don't give 18 quintillion fucks about it. And fuck every reviewer that even gave this a 5. The amount of reviewers that gave this a 5 is ridiculous. You're all fucking sellouts. I'm sorry. A 5 is average. If you give this game above a 5, you're a fucking sellout. This game is not a 5. It's not near that good. You see, a 6 would be above average. This game is not above average. This is below average. This is not fun. It is just not fucking fun. Fuck No Man's Sky. I'm sincerely trying to say something terrible or very cynical about Overwatch, but I can't. This is one of the only games that lived up to the hype this year. It's an actual good game. However, I will say one negative thing about the game. May can go die, you stupid bitch. And add me on Battle.net. I need friends to play with, please. Harambe is one of the worst memes I've seen in my fucking life. If you've been living under a rock, you may be asking, what is Harambe? And why is he a meme? To make a long story short, Harambe was the name of a gorilla who was shot and killed after some retard let her child fall in his enclosure at a zoo. You see, at first people were genuinely upset about the issue, wondering how a mother let her child fall in a gorilla enclosure, wondering if the gorilla really had to be shot, and if you're like me, wondering if this was really that big of a fucking issue to begin with. But then suddenly on the battlefield, the internet appeared. The internet did its job and fucking turned this issue into a meme. Anyone who had any actual concern about Harambe, you can fuck off at this point, because memes have overtaken this movement or cause, if you can even call it that. The worst part is, the memes aren't even fucking funny. This is one meme of 2016 that I just couldn't understand, and I thought it would die within a month. But lo and behold, 7 months later, I still meet people naming themselves Harambe on games and continuing this fucking trend. You can't look at a gorilla without associating with the name Harambe. It's gotten to the point where when I play Overwatch, I call Winston Harambe, unironically. I forget his name. This shit has gotten so bad, the Cincinnati Zoo, the ones that gave Harambe his home, have literally shut down all social media because they can't handle this shit anymore. They can't handle all the spam and nonsense being directed at their fucking accounts concerning Harambe. Holy fuck, I hate the human race. What the shit? Almost every year, there is that one meme that is popular for absolutely no reason. You may argue that that one meme that is popular for absolutely no reason is literally every meme to ever exist. But what I mean is, there's a special case of retardation each year. I'm talking about a meme that its entire crutch is a punchline, and that one catchphrase barely means anything to begin with and isn't really funny at all. You know, that one meme that proves people will laugh at anything their friends laugh at, no matter how painfully unfunny said meme is. That meme is Damn Daniel. It actually hurts my soul each time I hit the record button and I have to say the word meme because I wrote it in my script. And the fact that this is even a meme just proves people are fucking stupid.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white van. Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel.
Honest to God, that's it. That is it. That is what people were freaking out over. That is the meme people thought was so hilarious and funny. Fuck all of you. "2016 proved something to me. It proved to me that manufacturers of smartphones and etc. no longer know what to do with their time or money, and they are going to continue to slow down progress and pretend like they're innovating. The iPhone 7 is proof of this. Apple made a phone with no headphone jack. None. The iPhone 7 has no headphone jack. And their rationale for this is that they're being brave, and they're taking an important step in innovating smartphones and pushing us further towards Bluetooth. Apple grew such an ego that they thought they could walk on stage, say some bullshit like that, and people would just accept it. And believe it or not, some people did accept it. But the overwhelming majority of people, even non-tech savvy people, clowned the iPhone 7 and called Apple out on its practices. And fuck your iPhone 7, and fuck the Note 7. Even though that has nothing to do with this, but fuck that phone too. Remember hype culture? Here it is again in the form of one of the shittiest movies of 2016, Suicide Squad. I don't think I've been this frustrated with a movie since Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. Okay, that's pushing it. That's really pushing it. But it doesn't mean this movie is any less horrific and terrible. I predicted well before the movie even came out that the movie was going to be bad or was not going to live up to expectations. And it was both. Terrible and didn't live up to any expectations. You can criticize this movie for so many things, it just fails to be a fucking movie. It's sloppily edited, it has some of the worst music of any music soundtrack in a fucking movie, there's too much fucking exposition, the central story itself doesn't matter nor does it make sense, the characters in the movie's tones are just inconsistent, and the movie is fucking boring. And the best part of all, the movie has no fucking identity. It's too busy trying to be Guardians of the Galaxy. Suicide Squad sucks donkey nuts. Don't fucking at me about it. Don't talk to me about it. Don't mention my name about it. Leafy is queer. Mr. No Chin himself. The YouTuber of the year. No, I am not joking. Leafy is the YouTuber of the year. I don't think any YouTuber has garnered as much attention and has had such an effect on the community as Leafy has. Now, you're welcome to argue whatever the fuck you want about Leafy and what he did, but in 2016, no other YouTuber had as much influence or did as much or was blowing up as much as Leafy was. Let's be fucking real here. Regardless of the fact that Leafy is a shady character, he was important. He gained subs at an unbelievable rate and helped ascend the commentary community, only for him to destroy said community in the process. Part of the reason why I stopped making commentaries for a good amount of time because he fucked it up for everybody. Leafy began to fuck up when he started the clickbait titles, oversaturation, and daily fucking uploads. They made his content eventually stale and unwatchable. Then he got the content cop from fucking iDubbbz, which had 14 million views. Then Hey Watch Your Mouth exposed him. And then the final nail in the coffin for Leafy was going on a debated podcast and letting Keemstar utterly decimate him.
Here's the problem, is that you thought you were a fucking genius manipulator. But someone's better than you.
Concerning debated podcasts, I'm not trying to suck Keemstar's dick here, but do not be fooled, Leafy played himself to get into that shouting match with Keemstar. He played himself by going on that podcast. Leafy is cancer, and I'm happy his channel is dying. He caused his own channel's death. Leafy helped raise this genre, but he also helped kill it. Now, I'm not saying the genre is completely dead, but it's in a weird state. A lot of the people who make commentaries now have to mix it in with gameplay or do other stuff to keep the audience's attention, because Leafy has successfully fucked this genre into anything else. But I mean, life is good. He used to hit 1 million views in 2 days. Now he can't hit 1 million views in a month. So his YouTube channel's dying, and that's good enough for all of us who actually care about YouTube. In conclusion, 2016 was a pretty shitty year. I don't think much of good actually came out of this year. I mean, I sure as hell had some laughs, and I had personal growth as a human being this year, but I'm pretty sure most of the population hated this year, and I can't blame them. The memes were stale. 2015 music was so good that we got the scraps in 2016, and many games were overhyped or straight disappointing. Technology in a sense began to regress, and very little good movies actually were released, and politics has reached tensions that I haven't seen in a long time, but I'm 16, so what the fuck do I know? So instead of waiting for the new year, stop being a piece of shit now and start helping your community and world now. Just saying. Do not be fooled into thinking 2017 will be a better year just because the number on the year changed. 2017 will be just as shitty, or just a little bit less shitty, or a little bit more shitty. New year doesn't mean clean start. It fucking doesn't. Same thing goes for these people who are talking about their New Year's resolutions. You're not gonna go through with them because the year changing doesn't magically make you capable of losing weight, you fat fuck. So instead of waiting for the new year, stop being a piece of shit now and start helping your community and world now. However shitty this year has been, I just keep two things in mind. Things could be much worse. I could be a butt-ass naked 60-pound African child coughing dust in the desert, or a Middle Eastern woman getting stoned for not wearing what the government told me to wear. So fuck my first world problems. And the other thing that comforts me is that whenever things go really shitty for a while, things end up becoming good eventually. You can't have the bad without the good. Things go in cycles. That's all I really have to say about 2016. Thanks for watching. I may have missed a couple things, but it's whatever. See you in 2017.
Call me Captain Hitsugaya while I'm smoking frozen fire. Don't you swear that you get higher, cause that might make you